Hey everybody, I'm Iovonix, and this is Enderal. I'm back in Ark, and last time we met Lishari, and after we helped her out, she performed the magic ritual on us, which was supposed to help us get our arcane fever in control, but we had a weird reaction to it, so it remains to be seen whether or not it actually worked. But hey, I'm in the barrack quarter at the moment, just taking a little look around before I go and report back to Constantine Firespark. So yeah, we've got another magic symbol over here. Let's take a look at that. Oh, it's all bricked off. I can't actually go up the staircase. Anyway, let's go see what happens. Okay. Up the stairs. Up the door.
Yourself. Watch yourself. The streets aren't safe this time of the day.
Oh, here we are. I know where we are now. Oh, screw you. Random keeper. I don't answer to you. Okay.
Let's hope not.
Sun Temple. Alright. Back to this building over here, the Chronicum. Chronicum? I don't know. Okay.
Oh, you're here. I thought you were in the city.
What?
No, the Archmagister ordered me back.
Oh, okay. That was not somebody talking to me. That was two Arcans talking amongst themselves.
Thou art my light.
Alright, where is Mr. Firespark?
Thy name is
Hello? Hey! Hey,
now,
buddy.
if it isn't the prodigy, well, as in death.
Okay, let's see. What are our options here? We'll try to perform the ritual on me. There were problems. Who in the temple is part of your order? Which part of memory from? Okay, let's just go with the straightforward thing. Well, Shari performed the ritual on me. There were problems in Old Rashengrad.
Yes, I know. She's already told me everything.
She got back
Good
here
work,
first?
even though part of her report seemed to be a bit enthusiastic. But I'll leave the judgment to Arantheal. He wants to talk to you anyway. Seems you've caught his interest.
Oh my god. Alright. Tell me again, who exactly is Arantheal?
Didn't I tell you that already? He's the highly esteemed, holy Grand Master of the Order.
Yes,
Tealor Arantheal, son of Lorius I, praised be his name. An old legend, risen from the dead, or something like that.
Okay, fine. Where can I find him?
In the Emporium, the last building on the left side of the temple. Just tell the guard that Arantheal has asked for you, and they will let you in. Ah yes, before I forget. My dame Lucy has left a token of gratitude for you. It's your choice. Do you want a book, an old map, or a bag of pennies?
What's the book? Oh, +2 learning points. Treasure map.
Let's hope he knows what he's doing.
I'm just gonna take the money.
Very well. Now get a move on. I'm sure we'll talk again later.
Yes, surely. You grumpy old goose.
Probably not.
Alright.
No.
Let's
I
head on
wonder
over to
how
the
it
Emporium.
Happens. The infection.
What do you mean?
Well,
Yes.
Doki. Over this way. Sun Temple Emporium. Right, where is Tealor?
There's a suspicion, Tealor. And to send
Who are you?
across the sea because of a suspicion is madness.
We need to find out who sent the mercenaries. This Pegast said that they were after the Signet Stone, and if they succeed in getting hold of it next time, then the Black Guardian alone knows how to stop the cycle.
The cycle. Listening to you talk almost makes me forget that all this fuss here is merely based on some bad dreams you and your Neremese friends had.
The threat is real. Deny it as much as you like, but deep inside, you feel it as much as I do.
Tealor, you're a commander, and a commander doesn't care about feelings, but about facts. You have made this mistake before, Tealor, back then in Kira. And we all know...
The mission will happen. I'm sorry.
You have a visitor.
Yes,
So,
I'm here to talk to
you.
you.
The prodigy everyone is talking about. Interesting. I am Tealor Arantheal, son of Lorius I and Grandmaster of the Order, and I'm honored to meet you. What is your name?
Here you go to son, and he got killed. Onyx, you wanted to see me?
Yes, and I will come straight to the point. You are here because I believe that you are special.
Oh boy.
Humanity faces a threat that needs to be stopped, and to achieve this, you are indispensable.
You're talking about the Red Madness, aren't you?
Among other things, yes. I do not need to explain to you that the present situation on Veen is chaotic. The wars, the living dead, common people who are losing their minds, to name only the most obvious. What most people are not aware of is the connection between these events. You, however, have encountered it, as have I.
The visions, so you know where they come from?
I do. And I will explain everything to you. What it means, who we are, and what your part in all of this is. Come, follow me. Maybe you already know who I am. My entire life, I served the gods who ruled Vin, until their death 2 years ago. What you probably do not know is that the one responsible for their death is my son, Tealor Arantheal.
Yep.
He hated the Lightborn because he believed that they robbed mankind of their right to freedom, so he strived to overthrow them. He found followers, formed an army and declared war on them, and thus on me, a servant of the Lightborn as well.
Womp womp.
It all ended in a battle 30 years ago, which Tealor won. He killed every single survivor except for me, and locked me in a dungeon on Nehrim. I still do not know why he spared me.
If Tealor was your son, why did he hate the gods so much? Shouldn't he have been, I don't know, devoted to them?
There were circumstances favoring the development, but it's a long story which we won't discuss now.
So the Lightborn are really dead. If you, the Order of the Gods, acknowledge that fact, why do people not know about it?
Good question. Because at the moment stability is the highest good, even more so considering what we are facing. The rulers of Kira and Kile both made the mistake to acknowledge the death of the gods to their people, and the civil wars that followed in their countries are evidence of the chaos that such a revelation entails. Enderal is the cradle of the Order of the Gods, the epitome of theocracy. It is unthinkable what would happen if we confirmed these rumors. I am sure you understand this. Maybe when all this is over that will change, but for now it is imperative that we deny all rumors of that kind.
I don't know. If given the chance, I think I'm gonna spread as many rumors as possible. Anyhow, but you managed to free yourself.
Yes, after more than 30 years, when the death of the gods made the magic around the prison disappear. And during my escape in the northern mountains of Nehrim, I also had them for the first time. The dreams.
The dreams. Such as mine. Where are you going? Okay, I'll follow you.
I always saw the same glaring, terrible light. Heard screaming, and I felt like I was burning up from the inside. And above all, like a veil, there was the knowledge of imminence. At first, of course, I dismissed these dreams as the delusion of a man close to death. So I concentrated on making it through the mountains somehow. 2 days after my escape, I was completely exhausted, and I would have died if a former acolyte of my son had not found me.
An acolyte of your son, but weren't they your enemies then?
Yes, but he did not recognize me, and brought me to their headquarters instead, an old monastery in the mountains. The others were aware of my identity, but for whatever reason they did not kill me. Maybe because they thought that the death of the Lightborn had made me insignificant. I do not know. Still, even after my recovery, the dreams continued. At first I doubted my sanity, but after some time I told the leader of the mages, Constantine, about them. He said something that I'd never expected. I was not alone. He, as well as many others magically gifted on Vin, dreamed the same dreams. And the more we talked about the matter, the stronger our suspicion grew, which has now turned out to be the truth. The dreams, they come from the same place. They are a shared memory.
A shared memory? You mean the dreams originate from a what? A common mind?
A collective subconscious, yes. I know that you can feel it too, and probably far more intense than we do. But like you back then, we were not able to make sense of the images. So we went looking for answers in the remains of the civilization that was before us, the Pyreans.
Thus the excavations, like in old Russiangrad. What did you find out?
3 things. First, there were many civilizations before us and before the Pyreans. Maybe hundreds, maybe thousands. Second, the history of each civilization unfolded and still unfolds according to a pattern. They emerge, they blossom, and at some point, at the apex of their existence, they simply disappear without any trace. And third, everything that has happened in the past years, and which is still happening, indicates that this disappearance lies ahead of us. We are part of an eternal loop, a cycle, and our cycle is approaching its end.
So yes, more cyclical stuff. I mean, that was kind of one of the main themes of Narum, is that everything goes in a cycle, and yeah, then part of that quest was the main quest there was breaking the cycle and all that. But anyways, let's see. A pattern, you mean that the chronicles of each civilization are identical?
Not identical, but one can split them up into episodes which repeat themselves in the very same manner, into patterns.
Okay. So this is your explanation for the Red Madness, the wars?
Yes, dramatically put. They're the envoys of the end.
Alright. Turn. Okay, let's see. Hundreds of prophets have predicted the end of the world, and it never happened. I meant that this world has seen brighter days, but isn't it this a little too much of a leap, or you mean the end of humanity lies ahead? Let's go with I admit that this world has seen brighter days, but isn't this a little too much of a leap?
I see why you would say that, and I've felt the same way for a very long time too. But there came a moment when we simply could not deny it anymore. We began to study the history of the Pyreans more intensely, and the parallels were extraordinary. In its early days, the Pyrean Empire was split up by a disaster, just like Vin was split up by the Starfall after the reign of the Eterna. Also, the Pyreans had a ruling caste who declared themselves gods after the catastrophe. The 2 castes of the Sun Priest. They, too, ruled until they were overthrown. This overthrowing was followed by an outbreak of wars and chaos. And then, just like that, the Pyreans ceased to exist. They knew it was imminent, but they could not prevent it. They called this event the Cleansing.
The Pyreans knew about the threat? Why didn't they try to do something about it?
They tried, but they failed. Who knows why? Maybe they found out too late, or maybe they were too weak.
How in blazes can an entire civilization just disappear?
That is the question we need to find an answer to. The end was not violent, at least not in a sense as we know it. There was no natural disaster, no magical explosion, no plague. Even though there was war in the Pyrean Empire before its ruin, when the cleansing happened, it was as if all living beings simply fell down and died. It is ghastly.
And where do I come in? Where do these visions and my powers come from?
Well, this is the reason why we need your help. Not only episodes of history recur within every cycle, characters do as well.
Characters recur?
Yes, the Pyreans call them the emissaries. They emerge very shortly before the cleansing occurs, like a law of nature, an answer to the Red Madness. And I am one of them, as are you.
Really now?
While I take on the role of the ruler, you take on the role of the prophetess.
I'm supposed to be a prophet?
It's just a description. Call it what you will. But without doubt, it is the truth. Your story matches the descriptions perfectly.
And I take it this is the reason the Neremese mages are here, isn't it? Firespark, Pegast, Sharim?
Yes. Former enemies or not, both sides have understood the magnitude of the threat. The magical knowledge of Narazul's former mages is vast, as is the power of the Holy Order. Even though not all of the Keepers agree, as you probably have already noted yourself.
And why me, of all people?
I do not know. Firespark the Mage has told me your story, and even though your fate is tragic, unlike me, you were insignificant before your change. So maybe everyone can become an emissary, or we simply have not understood the pattern yet.
If I play a role, does that mean that something is controlling me? Controlling us?
No. As I already said, the emissaries simply appear at the beginning of the end, like pieces on a chessboard. We are determined by our skills. How and to what end we use them is our choice.
And what defines this prophet?
On the one hand, your power. You carry the potential to master any skill within a fraction of the usual time needed. I assume you have already realized this. On the other hand, your ability to look into the past, and therefore into the future.
Into the past and therefore into the future? What do you mean?
Your visions are a window into the past. And as every cycle is based on the same events, it is a window into the future as well. You can feel the thread this world is woven with. And because of that, you can see things that have happened, and thus will happen again. This gift makes you indispensable to us, and it is why I want your help.
And if all this doesn't interest me?
Hollow words. Deep inside, you know your responsibility. Trust me, we are more alike than you believe.
Okay. Why do you think that we can overcome this cycle in the first place, after hundreds of civilizations have failed?
That is the wrong question. The correct question is, what alternative do we have? To wait and die?
What's in it for me if I can help you? Probably that I get to live, right?
If it is wealth and power you seek, you will have it. The Order has enough of both.
This is not a decision I want to make based on a gut feeling, giving some time, or... Yeah, I mean, hey. Alright, if I can help, I will try to do so. Let's prevent the end of civilization. Prevent the
Good.
apocalypse.
However, there's one more thing before the actual work begins. I want you to join our Order.
Damn it.
And to do so, you have to pass a test. A trial.
God damn it. Join your order, is this really necessary?
It is. Whatever you think about our story, we are the only faction that is strong enough to oppose the cycle. If you want to be part of our mission, you need to have access to our knowledge and resources. There will be voices in the Order speaking against your admission, as they are speaking against the presence of the Neremese mages. Consider it an honor or a necessity. It is up to you.
I understand. Okay, what kind of test?
It is the trial the novices have to pass in order to be exalted to the role of a keeper. Only the best students of the Squalor are allowed admission, and even though you have not been a novice, I want you to take it too. At this very moment, 2 novices are on their way to the testing grounds. I have informed them about your arrival.
Who are the 2 novices?
I have only a slight acquaintance with them. However, I know that they are both very talented and have been working hard toward the test. But see them for yourself.
You've already informed them. How could you know that I'd agree?
I had a hunch. Let us leave it at that.
Alright. Very well, where can I find them?
At the border to the Heartland, near the Whisper Wood. They will be waiting for you there. Take the Myret, talk to Signet Master Bartar, and hand him this package. And then follow his orders. One more thing. It might be self-evident, but keep your knowledge about the death of the Lightborn to yourself. I do not believe you can do any real harm, but in the worst case, path-abiding people will consider you a heretic. After the cycle has been stopped, we will deliberate upon how we deal with the matter, if and how we tell our people about it. But not now, that is for sure. Now, leave. The sooner we can dispense with this formality, the better.
Understood. Alright, started. Part of Something Momentous, Part 2. Oh boy. Meet Signet Leader Jorik Bartar and the 2 novices. Alright, now that we have spoken with Arantheal and learned a little bit more about what exactly our role in this whole story is, I'm going to end this video here, so we will save going and meeting up with those, novices for next time. So for now, thanks for watching, and until next time, rock on.